Hello, this is the Headbanging Zulu here, better known as Steve. If you're listening to the background, one of my favourite tracks is playing, and that is 22 Acacia Avenue. If you don't know what the song's about, I'm not going into it in this channel, but it's a massive track, and it was off this album, The Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden. If you saw my previous videos, you saw me pick up 2 AC/DC DVDs. So basically what I did was, a couple of days ago, go back to the shop where I bought it, and I picked up this album for about £3. It's one of those reissues. It's got like the CD-ROM and the bonus tracks. I think it's Run to the Hills and Hallowed Be Thy Name, and you can actually watch them. It's also got band autobiographies and so on. But this album's a very important album to me because it was originally released in 1981, and it was the first album that Bruce Dickinson sung on with Iron Maiden. After that there was a 180-day tour, and some of the bands were Judas Priest and Scorpions, and it was a massive tour. Why I'm telling you all this is because this is the album that got me into collecting heavy metal. If you like, it made me the man I am now. This came out and I was blown away. The song that got me was Run to the Hills, and that was number 7 in the UK charts, and it was just amazing. I thought this is it for me. So after that I became a heavy metal record collector. I also remember when I was living at the time in Boston and Lincolnshire, in Nottingham, I think it's still there, but there's a massive heavy metal venue, and any metal band who was anybody in the 80s played there. And I'm pretty sure, I may be wrong, but Iron Maiden on that tour played in Nottingham, because I wanted to go up there and see the bands, but unfortunately I was under 16, I was too young, and my mum wouldn't let me go to a heavy metal concert. So anyway, when I heard this album, it just blew me away. And my favourite tracks, believe it or not, are not the big ones, like Run to the Hill or Hallowed Be Thy Name or The Number of the Beast. The 3 tracks I like are Children of the Damned, The Prisoner and 22 Acacia Avenue. I like the rest, don't get me wrong, it's a classic, but they're my favourite 3 tracks off it. Why is because The Prisoner, and this Cloudy Mulder know about this, was actually filmed in Wales, a place called Port Merion, and I've actually been there about 4 times. Now Professor Egg, or better known as Blackmore Rules, he's probably old enough to remember The Prisoner, and it was actually filmed in Wales, and we used to go to day trips to Port Merion, and it starred Patrick McGowan, and it was absolutely brilliant. It was 60s sort of weird drama. It sort of had the ability to do your head in. It wasn't like what you expect, you know what I mean? It was really weird, because this bloke was chased by these big white spears or bulls or whatever you call them, and it was really bad. But now I just thought I'd do a film on this CD. I hope the copywriters don't do me, because it is playing in the background. I'm listening to it now, but there isn't a bad track on here. Number of the Beast, Hallowed Be Thy Name, and Run to the Hills are obviously concert staples that they perform them almost every concert they do. But it's not them sort of tracks like, it's the smaller tracks like Children of the Damned, The Prisoner and 22 Acacia Avenue are like. But it's a great little CD I bought. I just thought I'd show you the booklet very quickly, and that's it there. There's all the band, and you got the Steve Harris there. He actually lived in Essex, or he used to live in Essex, and yeah, he's the principal songwriter of the band. But there's Dave Murray. That's Bruce Dickinson, because we got to remember as well, Nico McBain wouldn't have been drumming on this album. but it was Clive Burr. But there's the bit of booklet action for you, and it's to me one of the best live albums ever made. The live album that came off this. But yeah, it's just a brilliant album. I'm just hoping I don't get done by copyright, because Number of the Beast is on now. It's a bit quiet, but that's the booklet for it. But you're probably wondering why am I holding up this album, but it has a lot of personal things for me, because if it weren't for this album I would not have gone into being a heavy metal collector. I was a rock fanatic in the 70s, but this is the band that tipped me over the edge. I like to start this as a thread. If anybody's interested in partaking, please put your tell me below that you've entered. It's not a competition, so I can have a look at your videos too. And all I want to ask you is name one CD that got you into heavy metal collection or made you become a heavy metal fan. This is the Headbang Zulu saying good night, folks. Take care and keep metal. See ya.